Hey guys, Mrs. Dalton here. Well, tomorrow we have a test over integers, so let's review. For tomorrow's test, you will need to know how to identify integers and their opposites, represent integers in the real world situations, find the absolute value of an integer, compare and order integers, define and identify a zero pair, and add and subtract integers. So identify integers and their opposites is super easy. Remember that we can always use the number line. So let's find 2 on a number line, positive 2, and its opposite would be negative 2, right on. And if we've got a negative 9 on the number line, it's way over here to the left, and its opposite is, you got it, positive 9. And if I have the integer 0, guess who its opposite is? 0. You got it. I'll go ahead and put that on there. Bam. Okay. Next, you need to be able to represent integers in real-world situations. For instance, if we are talking about 20 feet below sea level, that would represent a negative 20. A deposit of $30 means you are adding $30 to your checking account, bank account, whatever, wallet. A loss of 12 points would be a negative 12 as an integer. And if you go up 4 flights of stairs, that is a positive 4 right there. Next is find the absolute value of an integer. Remember that the absolute value of a number is the distance of the number from 0 on a number line. And remember also that absolute value is always positive because distance is always positive. So remember that whenever you see these two straight line brackets, don't confuse them with parentheses. These actually mean absolute value. So when you see these two straight bar bracket things around a number, for instance, they're asking for you to find the absolute value of the number inside. So this first one says find the absolute value of negative 14. And that would be a positive 14 because it's a distance of 14 away from 0. The absolute value of 123 is 123. And the absolute value of negative 204 is 204. Alrighty. Next, compare and order integers. The first one says negative 3 is less than negative 2 because on the number line, negative 3 is more negative than negative 2. Remember, the furthest to the left, the smaller the value is, and the furthest to the right of 0, the larger the value is. So now let's look at the second one. 0 is greater than negative 1. That is because 0 is here, and negative 1 is here, and 0 is further to the right, which makes it larger. And then we've got positive 2 here, and negative 20 way down here. This one is a no-brainer. Remember, anytime any positive number is compared to a negative number, it is always going to be more. Okay, you're going to be asked to order integers least to greatest. So let's look at this list over here. We've got Amsterdam at a negative 4 meters, Caspian Sea negative 28, Dead Sea negative 423 meters, Death Valley negative 186, Jericho negative 258, and New Orleans a negative 2 meters. This is elevation from sea level. So from least to greatest, we are going to go negative 423, which on a number line would be way, 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 way left. And then we'll get negative 258, negative 86, negative 28, negative 4, and negative 2. Least to greatest. Okay, define and identify a zero pair. Remember, a number and its opposite are called additive inverses. That's fancy for a number and its opposite is a zero pair. And remember that zero pairs have a sum of 0. So one negative chip and one positive chip is a zero pair because negative 1 plus positive 1 is 0. And so if we have 1, 2, 3 negative chips and 1, 2, 3 positive chips, they all cancel out to 0 to a sum of 0, and that is a zero pair. Okay, next is adding integers. Remember, if you have the same signs, just add them. If you have different signs, you're going to subtract and keep the sign of the larger value. For instance, the first one says negative 2 plus 7. So here are the chips here. We've got 2 negatives and 7 positives. Get rid of your 0 pairs, and you're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positive chips. Different signs subtract, keep the sign of the value. Remember to kind of ignore the signs for now and just look at the digits. We got 7 and 2. 7 minus 2 is 5, and since 7 has a larger value and it's positive, the answer is going to be a positive 5. Next one, same signs add. So we've got negative 2 plus negative 1. So we've got 1, 2 negative chips, and then you add another negative chip to it, and you've got 1, 2, 3, negative 3 red chips, and then it's a negative 3. And last one is 5 plus negative 3. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow chips, and 1, 2, 3 red chips. Get rid of your 0 pairs, and you are left with 1, 2 positive chips. Again, with the different sides, subtract and keep the sign of the larger value. Ignore the signs for just a second. What is 5 minus 3? 5 minus 3 is 2. 5 is larger than 3, and it's positive, so we're going to keep the positive 2 as the answer. And last one, subtracting integers. Remember to add the opposite. This was brand new last week. And so, like on this first example, we've got 9 minus a negative 2. So we're just going to rewrite it as an addition sentence. We're going to change it to 9 plus a positive 2, which equals 11. The next one is negative 7 minus 8. Now be careful, because this 8 is actually a positive 8. They just didn't put parentheses around it. So we're going to rewrite this to an addition sentence. Negative 7 plus a negative 8 equals a negative 15. Because remember, once you've got it turned into an addition sentence, you followed the addition rules. And so since they're both negative, you will just add them together and keep that negative sign. And then your last one here, negative 3 minus a negative 7, we'll rewrite it as an addition sentence. So it'll be negative 3 plus a positive 7. Follow your rules of addition. Ignore the signs for just a second. What is 7 minus 3? It is 4. 7 is larger than 3, and it's positive, so your answer is going to be positive. All right, guys. Good luck on the exam on Tuesday. Hope it's not too rough. Bye.